HooHooHooRobin.
Hey, why don't we get Alex Borstein in here, man?
Let's get her in. Good idea.
Alex Borstein of Family Guy fame and Mad TV, and the list goes on and on. Big star entering the studio, Alex Borstein.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
Operation T-shirt.
Goody, good.
Nice. Where'd you get that?
A little store here in your fair city.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that shirt before. I'd wear that one.
It's great. It's
cool.
good. It gives people an excuse to look at my hoobies.
Where is your fair city?
Here. I bought it here in your fair city.
No, where is your fair city?
Oh, I live in Pasadena, California.
Pasadena.
Mm-hmm, where little old ladies come from.
That's the little old lady from Pasadena. That's what they say.
And David Lee Roth lives there.
Does he?
I think so,
He's in New York now, in the Village.
Well, he used to live out there, too.
I think David and I are the only two Jews.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think so.
In all of Pasadena?
In all of Pasadena.
Pasadena.
City
That
of
doesn't sound like a
Jews.
place where much goes on. You never hear like any action in Pasadena.
It's like normal living out there. Jay used to live out there.
That's
Our
a
old
good
pal
thing about
Jay.
it.
You
That's a
like
good thing
that?
about- I do.
You can find parking and stuff like that.
Actually, no. There's an old town, and it's kind of busy and crazy there, and lots of stuff and shopping and walk. It's walkable. That's what I like about it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what do you commute in and do your work?
Yeah.
in,
Sometimes
like,
I
LA
take the. We actually have something similar to your Metro.
Yeah, but it's laughable out
It's
there.
pretty lame,
Ooh.
but I take that often over to Family Guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you don't have to
They got a train
drive?
that goes from Pasadena to downtown L.A. now, Anthony.
Really?
They
Yes,
do.
they do.
How far of a trip is that?
It takes an hour. I take the Gold Line to Union Station. Isn't this exciting? And then I take the Red Line from Union Station down Wilshire Boulevard.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's exciting, huh?
I'm all goosebumpy.
Talking about trains, that's wonderful. How excited are you that Family Guy's back? Come on.
Not very. It's
Why?
kind of, no, I'm totally thrilled.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of not going to believe it till Sunday. Till it airs, I won't believe it.
I've seen it. I've seen every episode. I can't even tell you how many times. It's just my favorite cartoon by far.
Thank you. We prefer animation, but that's okay.
I like saying cartoons still.
Cartoon is like when you were a kid, you want to watch cartoons. Well, animation is, it's adult oriented.
I actually don't care, but often many of the animators on the show
The story
are
of
very
Family
specific.
Guy
very
is
serious about the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
The story of Family Guy is really interesting. When it first was out, it wasn't getting the ratings, so they canceled the show.
Who canceled the show?
Well, I've heard rumors.
I think it was God.
I've heard maybe Doug Herzog.
Oh, is it Doug Herzog?
was
That's
involved.
A surprise. Oh.
The guy we all know here in the studio.
Oh, he's terrific.
I've heard things that he might have been involved with that, and now he's moved on to Comedy Central, and
He may have canceled other shows.
and now Family Guy is going to be back on TV.
It is.
And what happened was, so the show gets canceled, and then you guys, Seth and the gang, you sent out the DVD there, and
Seth, Spanky, Darlene.
yeah. He's calling in a little while, and then the DVD sales went through the roof, and also Adult Swim made it
Cartoon
popular
Network.
again, and then and now finally they're bringing back for new episodes.
It sounds cheesy, and I sound like Gene Simmons from Kiss, but it really is the fans. Like, there's the only reason I am still working is the Family Guy fans who bought that DVD.
Yeah, because it got great reviews when the show was out originally, but it just didn't find its audience.
Well, they kept moving it around,
Right,
too.
it was up against what, Frasier at one point or something ridiculous.
Survivor.
They never really gave the show a chance, is what happened.
It was tough.
Yeah.
I didn't even know when it was on. It was kind of random.
I saw a peek of the new episode, and Peter, your husband in the animation.
My television husband. Huh?
It's always so fun when a real human being does a cartoon voice.
Is
It's
it?
like because you never see, you watch the animation, and then to see a real person do it is always amusing.
Well, that's kind of the fuel behind the live shows that we're doing this weekend, is that it's completely mind-boggling, especially to watch Seth bounce between 6 voices, throughout the evening. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, they're doing a live stage show. So I saw a peek of the first show, and Peter Griffin there is talking about the cancellation, and then mentions all the shows that have been canceled on Fox since you guys got canceled.
It's
We
one of
were
the
laughing
funniest
so
things.
freaking hard in the office.
One of the
show.
funniest things I've ever seen. I think that was from Seth MacFarlane's
Just
brain.
giving it right back to Fox, basically. Like, look, they thought this show wasn't good enough, but let me tell you about all the other shows they thought were better than ours.
Pretty cool.
And the
Fox
list
stuff,
just goes
think about
on
it.
and on.
That's what I was going to
and
say.
on.
Is what's amazing
Definitely.
is that Fox brought us back, which is like admitting a mistake out loud, which they rarely do, and that they let us do that kind of content. So I got to give them some props, as the kids on the street say.
Mad props.
Yes.
Yes. Well, were you a fan of cartoons growing up? As a little kid?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was a huge I was a Daffy and Bugs Bunny.
Who wasn't? That was like quality stuff back then. And then we went through this phase of really crappy cartoons.
Yeah, it was
where the animation was bad. If only the mouth had to move, that's all that moved was the mouth. Like you get this stiff, stupid plate drawing, and then the mouth would move.
And everything's so high concept now. It's like worms that are in space who have psychic powers that become chickens or something. It's like that was just a guy chasing a rabbit. It was rabbit season. It was duck season.
I think that's directly because of something. It happened in the 70s when they put Josie and the Pussycats in outer space. Yeah. And I thought that even as a kid, I'm looking going, that is ridiculous.
That makes
Why
no
the
sense.
hell is Josie and the Pussycats in outer space? And then it just got worse from there. And now, like you said, it's all this weird concept stuff.
It is, but primetime animated shows have always been pretty cool, like Flintstones and Jetsons.
Yeah.
And they've always kind of had to.
I like the Flintstones. You ever see the cigarette ad? Fred and Barney doing the Winston commercial?
No, for real?
Yeah, those were the days. Hey, Barney, real tobacco pleasure there, Barney. You ought to do one of those,
hilarious.
for cigarettes or steroids or something for the kids.
I was not familiar with that.
Yeah, good one. Sure.
What year did you guys get canceled? What year did they take you off?
I don't know. It's all a blur to me. I'm not even kidding you. It was like 98 when I remember doing the pilot, and then maybe 2000 or 2001.
I was going to say 2002, right? Oh, it was 2001? 2001.
2001.
At least you had another gig,
A Space Odyssey.
It wasn't like you were being thrown out and didn't have a job or anything.
Yeah, thank
Mad
God
TV.
Mama was taken care of.
Yeah.
That's all we cared about in my household.
Because who doesn't love Swan on Mad TV?
Oh, thank you.
Hysterical.
Yeah, she's fun.
Very funny character.
Thank you. And she's not a cartoon. Just to point that out.
Were you on Mad from the start?
No, I joined it in its 3rd season, and I was on for 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty good gig. A lot of people didn't think that was going to last.
Yeah, we're all still
SNL
surprised it's
competition.
still happening.
I
but
saw like 10-year anniversary show, and I'm like, get out of here.
I know.
10 years.
10 years. Isn't that crazy?
And see, this is how much I keep tabs on it. You're not on it anymore.
I'm not. But that's not unusual. Everybody assumes, because of syndication on Cartoon Network, it is now seen by more people than it was ever seen in its normal time slot. So everyone assumes I'm still on the show, and I feel terrible for the new cast because these new kids no one has any idea who's on anymore.
I don't even know. You watch SNL, I think, Eddie Murphy is still on that.
I know.
Caliendo's still on?
Central.
I think he is.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he keeps in touch with us.
I think he is. You look familiar to me.
I'm a comics. We may have worked together.
I think so. I think we did a VH1 show together.
Ooh.
A weird VH1 show that was like a trivia contest or something, and like Terry Nunn was on it.
Oh my
Sebastian
God! Remember the Buzzcocks, Mark Maron show?
That's it.
It was me. I didn't know you were. I remember it was. I remember Coolio and Terry Nunn.
Yeah, and me and Terry and I went to see you do stand up.
At the Cellar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh right. Wow. Okay.
So thanks for remembering.
Jim's very happy right now.
I forgot that. I know Mark Maron. I forgot that show existed.
Do you think
until
he's just playing cool that he totally remembered?
Yeah,
No, I was
right
very
when you walked in. He was like, oh, I remember.
If I could actually associate with a very famous person, I would have done it in a second. Believe
Wow,
it.
very famous.
You are. You're very well known.
Extremely famous. Come on.
So
We have
famous.
the commercial that they did for cigarettes there, the Flintstones.
Are you
do?
kidding?
Yeah. Listen to a piece of this.
They sure work hard, don't they, Barney?
Yeah? I hate to see them work so hard.
Yeah, me too. Let's go around back where we can't see them.
Gee, we ought to do something, Fred.
Okay? How's about taking a nap?
Hey, I got a better idea. Let's take a Winston break.
That's it! Winston is the one filter cigarette that delivers flavor 20 times a pack. Winston's got that filter blend.
Yeah, Fred. Filter blend makes the big taste difference, and only Winston has it up front where it counts. Here, ahead of the pure white filter.
We don't have to hear the whole thing, but how strange is that?
That's unbelievable.
A little scary.
Flintstone
And of all
characters talking about
brands,
cigarettes.
Winston.
Yeah, Winston.
Are they even still made?
I pictured Fred more of a cool guy.
Yeah, Winston. I thought they'd be a Benson and Hedges.
Benson and Hedges.
Ultra menthol.
Fred and Barney.
That's what I'm seeing.
God, the olden days. Hey, Fred, there's a black guy moving next door. It's like, how could you tell it was like the 60s? This is awful, politically incorrect, selling cigarettes on a cartoon.
I think that's the way it should be. I think it's fabulous.
Do you really?
I do. I think people should be able
now?
to pitch whatever they want. Don't you think?
Back to cigarette ads on TV.
Why not?
Let's go to Gary in Jersey. Gary, what's up?
Opie, you bastard, you stole my line about the, I wanted to give mad props about the, punching out.
All right.
He lost his thought.
I think he saw the
I
first.
love when they do that.
Well, let's try Ben. Ben, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Hey, just want to say, no, new listener, love you guys. You guys are awesome.
All right.
And I'm a huge Family Guy fan, and recently I was at a buddy's house, and we were checking out a website we frequent, and they had a link to another website that actually has the new episode that is coming on the air on Sunday, and we downloaded and watched it.
That sucks.
No, well, that probably does suck. That's probably something we should have done. But the episode is hilarious. You guys just came back strong. I can't believe it. So,
dude, you dick.
All right. Did you guys leak that? Come on. It's
No,
all
we didn't.
over the place.
That actually caused a tiny bit of a meltdown.
Really?
Yeah, at the offices. So
I never understand that. How does it get leaked?
I think it's always on purpose.
I don't know if I'm allowed to. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell on the air, but I can share it with you in private.
Ooh. All right, let's make believe we turn the mics off. Okay, it's just us now. That old gag
doesn't work.
Okay.
You really can't talk about it? Why?
I just don't know, and I would hate to say something that would get me in a lot of trouble. You guys are familiar with that happening.
Trouble?
Yeah, we've had our problems.
It happens.
It happens from time to time. And you guys are working on a movie too, right?
Well, we have. Here. Let me be completely honest. The movie that's coming out is a straight to DVD 3-part adventure. Meaning it's episodes that are going to air and they're all tied together, and there's stuff in it that won't be on TV and all this DVD extra footage. But it's basically like brought to you by 20th Century Fox merchandising.
I know what happened. You guys didn't think you were coming back to TV, so you started making new episodes for the DVD, right?
No, it was
and then all of a sudden it's like, now we're coming back to TV, and
they decided we want to do this straight to. I mean, honestly, and it was. We ended up doing this 3-parter, and that ended up being what they were going to do. But there will be an actual Family Guy movie that will be called The Family Guy Movie, and that'll be in theaters, but we've yet to even launch into that.
With curse words?
With dirty words. Animated boobies.
Ooh.
Animated areolas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that controversy with the pixelization?
I think it's completely retarded.
It was of what, Stewie's ass or something?
Yeah, it's an animated baby's ass.
Yeah.
They can't show on television.
And they pixelate it. Well, that's the paranoia, ever since the Janet Jackson thing, right?
It's
Whose call
insane.
was that? Because I think you guys would have been all right with that.
By standards, right?
It was.
You think it was the standards?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that the standards and practices at Fox are doing their best to fight for us, but it's coming from, really, it's coming from D.C. We've got, all these checkpoints and things that they have to live up to, and things that they're getting the word of. Masturbate, is that okay this week? No, next. It's crazy. We can't.
That was the deal with Anthony and I when we were on commercial radio at the end.
Yeah.
One day you could say masturbation, the next day you couldn't. It got so confusing.
No rhyme or reason.
There was, absolutely.
No, there isn't, and that to me was just insane. An animated bot.
An animated butt.
And you've seen all those Lever 2000 commercials where they have little kids' butts and feet.
Oh, I got it on video.
It's like, what is the difference? Why?
Yeah.
None.
I hate that they stopped using the blonde kid. I thought he was really good.
Jesus, let's go to Chris and
he was hot, wasn't he?
Hey, Chris, what's up?
Blue fluid left on the bottom.
We got Alex Borstein from Family Guy in studio. What's up, Chris?
I have to make a confession here. I am in love with her character on The Family Guy. I want to have sex with Lois.
This is not uncommon.
No, people get into cartoon characters, yeah.
And she's hot.
I'm serious, though. She's a redhead, which I love, and she's got those nice full lips, which, I'll tell you what, I envy Peter. she probably gives, great hummers.
We are actually going to come out in a couple weeks with a blow-up doll, a Lois blow-up doll.
20th Century Fox merchandising.
She's going to have 6 holes.
Oh, God. Does Alice look anything like Lois?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Lois is much hotter than I will ever be.
Oh, stop.
No, it's true, and I love it. That's what I love about voiceover, is that I can play a
Can you talk to Chris as Lois for us?
Well, what type of fantasies have you had, Chris?
The guy hangs up.
What an ass.
That was his moment. That was his moment, and he hangs up.
Could have whacked your bag and she would have said your name. You're an idiot, sir.
That's how it goes, boys.
Audience, a bunch of mutants, by the way.
It's okay.
I haven't noticed.
They
stuttering, muttering asses.
They know not what they do.
Yeah.
Do you really get that? People actually are attracted to the character?
Yes.
Bunch of sociopaths.
People are
really
attracted
sick.
to the character.
I can't remember the cartoon character, but I know as a kid I was attracted to a cartoon.
Wilma.
Can't remember. No, it definitely wasn't Wilma.
I used to jerk
Ooh.
off to this
Shaggy?
one coyote
No,
that
it
would throw
wasn't
anvils
Shaggy.
at people. That used to turn me on a lot. If you only dropped it on my balls.
All right, we're gonna go to Vince. Go ahead, Vince.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
You need to have her say something dirty as Lois.
You get that request a lot?
I have gotten it.
Talk dirty in
That's
the Lois
that's
voice.
some of the fun stuff that will be. I will say for the DVD straight to DVD movie is there is some fun filthy stuff on there.
Yeah.
So it might be worth the.
Could you give us a taste?
Yeah, we like Phil.
Well, what are you wearing right now?
No, he's gone. But I mean, just for
Jeez,
us.
these asses.
He's
Wow.
gone. Just for us. Just talk dirty as Lois.
I think most women make a common mistake when giving a blowjob. Can I say blowjob?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I said it. They completely ignore the balls, and I think women need to pay attention to these two beautiful things, and be nice to them, kiss them, touch them, and you will have a happy, long-lasting marriage.
Bravo.
Very pleasing.
That is
Nice.
very pleasing.
Dirty.
And correct, by the way.
Accurate, yeah.
Lois is no dummy.
Oh, that's
Very
all
nice.
right, man. Let's go to Kevin in Illinois. Kevin,
Hey, guys, what's up?
what's up?
Hey.
We're hanging out here.
What's up, dude?
My name was over Judy Jetson.
Wait,
Judy Jetson was, she was all right.
You had a
She
wet
was
dream?
hot. Yeah, she was hot. I was probably about 14 years old. Oh, man, she's hot.
I don't
Watch it
know.
out, guys.
Jetson.
Her hair
That
kind of.
ponytail thing was a little weird.
Yeah, I don't
that
know.
big, tall ponytail thing going on. Yeah, no, she was all right. Daphne from Scooby-Doo.
Just
Didn't do it for me
None
either.
of them did. No cartoon characters ever attracted me like that.
Come on, Astro.
Oh, yeah.
There you
little
go.
milk on the bag.
Bugs Bunny in a dress, probably for you, Jimmy.
Little tranny action.
The Viking episode.
Mike in South Carolina. What's up, Mike?
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Pretty good.
How you doing, my little byproduct of a horse yeast infection?
Jesus, that was a long way to go for nothing. Good, Bo.
You're just my fucking hero, dude. I love you, man. You're awesome.
Thank you, Angel.
I missed something, but enjoyable nonetheless.
Hey, I truly believe that masturbation is the key to relieving stress, and right now I have a sock on it right now because that lovely lady's on. Punch it out.
Sock. That's it?
Sock.
That's so sweet.
Great.
It's sweet, but these guys have nothing.
Hi, Mom.
Let's go to Will in Tampa. Will?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey.
Hey, look, I'm sorry. Alex, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you still do a TV show, Recess, for kids?
Nope, never did.
You didn't? Okay, I thought you did.
No.
It says you want to ask her if she did another voice on the show.
Right, well, yeah, I thought she did another animation show for kids.
Okay.
Another
I didn't do a
animation?
animation show.
See?
All right. Did you do any other voices on Family Guy?
Oh, yeah. I do Trisha Takanawa, the news reporter. And I also do Loretta. Loretta sound like this. And then Babs Pewterschmidt, Lois's mom, and every old woman there is, and little boys, and I do little boys, gentlemen. That sounded bad, didn't it? And all kinds of just random topless women, woman in bar.
Woman in bar.
Yeah.
When they say they want like a new, do they come to you and go, all right, look, we need this new character, or do they have the character and everybody just brings ideas to the table and they pick which one they like best?
Well, I write for the show as well, so I'm there every day in the writer's room. So sometimes it's just easy to pitch your own, sell your own goods while you're in the room.
They ever reject a voice and go, that's just not funny or it's not right?
Usually what Seth does is he records you and then doesn't tell you and later replaces you. It's fabulous. It's a very,
That's nice.
you know, we call it backstabbing sometimes. But, it's beautiful.
You wrote for Pinky and the Brain?
I did.
Really?
Yep. With
Very
a writing
clever
partner.
show.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was, there was Pinky as well as the Brain.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Hence the title.
Yes. Yes. In the later years, it was Elmira and Pinky and the Brain, if you remember that. Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Never
well,
liked when they changed cartoons. I like just...
It's the Scrappy-Doo syndrome for
Yep.
you. Yeah.
Exactly.
It happens.
Never like that. Keep them the way they started.
You're not going to go for Opie and Anthony and Alex?
Yeah, we got him to deal with.
It's just a pitch.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, what's up?
Hey, this is how you boys doing?
Pretty good.
Good. I was just going to see Alex and Family Guy live at Town Hall on Saturday. I wanted to see what's the cast going to do that day.
It's pretty neat. There's a giant vat of mud, and we're all very scantily clad, and we kind of roll around, and lots of tongue.
Nice.
It's a reading. It's a live reading of a script. We kind of sit in a semicircle and we do a reading, and there's a giant screen with animation that sometimes we sync up to, and then there's a lot of ad-libbing, and it's extremely filthy, and most everybody on stage is drunk, is wasted in some way, and then we also sing. Seth and I will be singing.
Ooh.
Yes, there's a Family Guy album, so we'll be singing a song from it, and then there's some Q&A from the audience.
Are there any pictures?
Any pictures?
Can we take pictures, autographs, anything like that?
I don't know. They're usually pretty anal about the not in a good way anal about the people coming up with stuff to sign. But I don't know what the rules will be here in New York.
Are you guys sold out?
I think it is sold out.
Sold out.
Yeah.
There's some eBay scraps.
A long time ago. All right, let's thanks, buddy. Let's go to John in Kentucky. John, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
I was wondering if she could do a fake an orgasm in that Lois voice.
Interesting.
Well, she talked about balls. She might just do it for us today. We'll see.
Sure. Here goes.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ow. Peter.
Ow! That's it.
That's it?
It's brief, isn't it? Interesting?
Wow.
Well, that's a quickie.
Really gives it to her.
That's a quickie.
Peter doesn't have any stamina.
That's a quickie.
That's a quickie.
And that's usually 5 minutes after Peter has left the room.
Yeah. Oh.
That's just how it goes.
If it works for her.
All right, we got to take a break.
Yeah.
And then Seth's calling in as well. You
Hey.
want to hang for the Seth interview, or?
You guys tell me.
Yes. Yes. And that's what
Sure.
we'll do. Alex Borstein from Family Guy in studio, and we'll continue in just a bit. Let's set the scene here. You got Opie, you got Anthony, you got Jim Norton, and you got Alex Borstein from Family Guy. And on the phone is your boss.
Uh-oh.
Are you in there?
I'm in here.
Where are you, in L.A.?
No, I'm in New York.
Oh, you like that?
Isn't that fancy?
Wow, it sounds like you guys don't like each other.
Oh, we see each other every single day, all day.
It wasn't a hi, it was, oh, you're in there.
Seth's sick of me.
No, it's the awkward, hey, how's it going? But we also know that like a whole bunch of people are listening, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, she's talking dirty as Lois here in the studio today because we're on the satellite radio, and she just did a fake orgasm, and your character Peter didn't last too long there, Seth.
That's probably about right. He craps out pretty early.
I was wondering maybe we could try that again, maybe a little interaction here.
Whatever you want, man.
Seth's much shyer than I am.
Are you shy, Seth?
Sounds it.
Well, she's much better with the off the cuff than I am. I tried to join an improv group in college and was laughed off the stage for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, all right. Well, you're talking to some.
Oh, poor millionaire.
You're talking to some huge fans of Family Guy. Congratulations.
We have a character named Opie on the show this year, don't we?
Oh, yes, we do. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And we do have a fabulous radio bit coming soon.
Oh, you'll love that.
Very wacky.
Very, very. Oh, it's
zany.
Beyond wacky.
It's ridiculous.
You guys are obviously going to keep your edge, right? The climate's different, though. You got to admit, with the stupid Janet Jackson thing.
Yeah, I mean, we deal with that every single day. I mean, it is what it is, and who knows how far it'll go. I'm hoping that it's a lot of bluster, but it's too early to say.
Right.
And it wasn't even a good boob. It wasn't even
No,
worth
yeah,
it.
it was. I mean, she's 68, and
the reality is no one really saw the boob until all the news stations showed us what we missed and slowed it down and freeze framed and oh my God, look how awful this is.
Yeah, that's
how's our ratings?
So who's the one that watched a lot of television growing up? Because obviously somebody is really into TV. The Star Trek references on the show are hysterical.
The Lost in Space,
any of the old television references are right on the money, and somebody had to spend a lot of time in front of a television.
Yeah, well, there's a whole Fonzie episode coming up, but
really,
I mean not a whole Fonzie episode. The lawyers wouldn't want me to say that, but it's yeah. I mean the Star Trek references that's kind of my wheelhouse.
Really?
Nerd.
Nerd, geek, right? Yeah.
I think when you reach a certain tax bracket, it becomes okay. Bang! Zoom!
Hey, what are some of the storylines with the new episodes? I know you guys are going to tackle like gay marriage and what else? Peter's going to be like the poster child for like fat people or something, right?
You make it sound so funny.
I know. Right? I'm just trying to remember.
Cancer, I think, is another episode.
The National Association for the Advancement of Fat People.
That sounds like it's going to be funny. Real good.
We hit all the comedy buttons with retardation.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Autism and flat feet.
Like any show, there are some episodes that are weaker than others, but hopefully most of them are good.
Tell me about it. We're going through that today, actually.
We have what Family Guy has that no other show has is a pedophile as one of our recurring characters, Herbert.
Ooh.
So that's enough
like
there.
that.
We can rest on that for a couple of years.
We have that too. Big Kev, he's sitting right there. Big Kev brings in toys anytime anybody is here on the show as a guest that has any kind of toy line out. He always brings them in and gets them signed. Did you get it signed?
I did.
You did?
I signed it for him.
Oh, aren't you sweet?
Seth, they have toys that we have not even seen yet.
Really?
Yes.
See, if you were more like Gene Simmons, like you said, you'd have smashed it and thrown it at him and said, you're infringing on my income. He got real angry like Gene Simmons does. Oh, Gene Simmons doesn't like bootleg anything.
Well, I don't think they're bootleg. They're just...
You're talking about Gene Simmons from Kiss, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the old actress from the 50s. That used to confuse me when I look at the TV guy and go, why is Gene Simmons in that movie?
Why is he spelling his name with a J?
Oh, yeah. Hey, I never thought of that.
Yeah, she's rough.
Hey, Seth, do you talk about the 9/11 thing still?
Yeah. It's.
Have you ever heard this story? You were supposed to be on the plane, right?
Here in New York.
Well,
what, the story?
But you were supposed to be on the plane.
But you meant just overall. Yeah, I kind of heard about it, Opie.
Yeah,
you were supposed to be on the plane.
Seth was.
Okay.
That's
really?
Yeah. I mean, it's all kind of been told, but yeah, that's sort of the I missed it by about 10 minutes, and because I was drinking the night before. I was hungover.
And that's why you missed the plane?
There's a combination of reasons. It was that, and it was causing me to run late, and also my travel agent had written 8:15 as far as the departure time, as opposed to 7:45.
Isn't that amazing?
I never heard the story. Cause I've always wondered. I mean, you knew obviously there were people in the country who were supposed to be there but missed the flight because of traffic or whatever. Which one were you supposed to be on? Which flight?
The first one.
Which
Flight 11.
Oh, American Airlines.
Yeah.
What were you thinking when you heard that? I mean, what goes through your head?
The only reason I'm somebody who's chronically late, and I've missed more flights than I've made.
You should also mention that you're someone who hates flying.
Well, yeah. It's that goes without saying. I just I can't stand it. But it's I've missed so many flights that it took some of the sting out of it. That's like, oh God, well, I guess it's good that I'm that I can't get anywhere on.
Yeah, it wasn't one of those 1 in a million things. It just happens all the time. But still, that's got to be one of those things where
it was intense from our end. We were
you out.
Ready to work. He was flying back in because we had to record, and I was going in for a record day and knew that what had happened, saw the footage of what had happened, but didn't know that the whole world had kind of stopped. Like, I didn't know we wouldn't be going to work. I drove to work, and they all looked at me and said, "That was Seth's plane," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I think it was
he
a lot
didn't make
worse
it.
for people who it wasn't as bad for me because I knew what had happened, and I mean it was bad,
crazy?
but it wasn't as for people who thought that I was on that plane, it was obviously a lot worse.
Do you still have your ticket?
It was an electronic ticket, and I have the itinerary that I was faxed somewhere.
Dude, it's weird. You actually saw what would undoubtedly have been your death. I mean, that's very rare to see that. It's like, does that change the way you look at life?
Well, I saw my own death when Family Guy premiered in 1999.
Another disaster.
Good night, everybody. It was. I mean, I was actually sleeping in the airport lounge, and so I I was exhausted, and I woke up because there was all this commotion. I didn't see the first plane hit until they started replaying it.
Jesus.
Isn't that insane?
I don't know. That's one of those things that it seems like it would take you a little while to deal with, Going, oof, you kind of run it through in your mind. What if you're just sitting there and...
Yeah. I think that stuff probably happens to us, though, more than we know. I mean,
but it's not on the news like that.
Something that huge.
Just, something that big.
That's 100% guaranteed result. Like, we all have speculation, like, well, maybe 5 minutes later I would have hit that bus, but that's 100%. There's no room for doubt.
Could have been the guy, hit Mohammed Atta right in the face. Might have been the guy, so it's not guaranteed.
Definitely,
There was somebody that posted on one of the Family Guy websites afterwards that said, I bet if Seth had been on that plane, he would have kicked their asses. And like, boy, you've obviously never seen me.
Jesus. Right? Star Trek animation.
You may have cried them into guilt.
Yeah, exactly. I would have. All right, let's all just talk this out like reasonable people.
Wow.
Seth, I hear a lot of Brian in your voice. Obviously, you do Brian, Peter, Stewie. You want to do a little something here?
Yeah, God, all right. Just why would you people leave me alone about this? For God's sake.
Now, Stewie, you be nice to Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, you be nice to Opie and Anthony.
Now, what? Stewie, do you need a nap?
Do you need a punch in the face?
God damn, that is great.
Oh, dear God.
And we need a little Peter before this show ends. Just a little. Please.
Hey, I can give you a whole lot of Peter. It's right down there. Look down. There it is. See that? Right there.
No, what's with the scrotum on the chin? Is that
at you?
I don't know. It just looks funny.
That truly is you can't look at it without thinking, they drew a scrotum on his chin. It's pretty much what they did there.
When I was a kid, my cousins used to, anytime there was someone with that type of chin on television, they would point and say, oh, look, check it out, that guy's got a wicked fanny chin.
Fanny chin?
Now, see, that's funny. You guys saw scrotum. I saw a turnover.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
See? It's just the difference.
It's all about perception.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you a big Red Sox fan? Being from New England, there.
I'm a big Patriots fan. The Reds. If I had to pick a baseball team, it would be the Red Sox. Certainly, I don't really follow baseball like a lot of people, but I'm more of a football guy.
Yeah. All right. All right. A lot of people asking when
but they seem like just delightful guys.
There you have it. So a lot of people asking when the movie's coming out.
The movie, there's no plans for a theatrical release yet, but we do have a direct-to-DVD Family Guy movie that's going to be out later in the year, and I think around the fall.
Okay. Fall. And then, of course, you start up on Fox again Sunday.
May 1st, Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Yeah.
How excited are you?
We're pretty excited.
I mean, you've been vindicated.
Yeah.
I mean, people loved the show from the beginning, but they never gave it a shot. And then now you're back because of the fans. Alex was saying.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Well, know what's funny about that? We're friends with Barry Williams, who's Greg Brady, but we refuse to call him Barry. We say, hey, Greg.
He just calls. I'm sure he loves that.
Oh, he gets so pissed off.
Name droppers.
I'm sure.
Oh, that's a big name dropper right there.
That really was the worst one ever.
I'm sure that it's like calling Gary Coleman Arnold.
Yeah, someone wants to know if Lois could actually hear Stewie when he's doing all that stuff on the show. Of course not, right?
We've never heard this question before, have we, Sam?
Yeah,
I know.
Never get asked this. Everyone on staff kind of has a different take. I mean, the general kind of process that we've sort of settle on, I guess, is that Lois and Peter and people inside the house, with the exception of Brian and to some extent Chris, can't they can't respond to him. They can't respond to things that he asks. But once he gets outside, we could take a few more liberties because.
Oh my God, we got to cut you off. We're on a master computer. They're going to shut the show off. Seth, thank you so much. Alex, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Family Guy this Sunday starts up.
Robin.